When looking to adjust the stitch length on the BERNINA L890, you're going to find that everything is done on screen. Now, some of your stitches that you pick based on maybe even the fabric you choose, because if you tell it what fabric you're using, it will adjust your stitch length for you, which is wonderful. This machine will actually do all the work for you. But if you just need to adjust it a little longer or shorter, touch right here and you can see where you can adjust the length of the stitch. So if it's yellow, it's past what the original number is. If you touch anything that's got a yellow box around it, that will return it back to its original kind of default setting. Again, you've got a little video here if you're wondering what the different stitch lengths actually look like. You can actually play the video all the way through, see the changes and how it looks on the fabric to be more acquainted with this machine. So that is always at your fingertips. I just love how there's videos throughout everything in this machine. Now, the other way that you might know to change your stitch length, usually when I'm working on heavier fabrics, these stitches start to appear closer together. So it looks like you're actually using more thread than you probably need to, and that is a true statement. So heavier fabrics, I lengthen the stitch length, but you know what? You do that on your sewing machine as well. Lighter weight fabrics, finer fabrics, I'm shortening it just a little bit. We also adjust the stitch length when we do like a rolled hem if we want it to look more filled in. But if you tell the machine you are doing a certain stitch on a certain fabric, it's going to adjust that stitch length for you. So for example, if we just choose in the overlock mode, a 3-thread, not a narrow seam, a rolled hem, and then we do the check mark, you're going to see that the stitch length, its default setting is down in the 1.2. Now, if I need to adjust that a little bit closer together, I still could go a little further. Then, that's the lowest, 0.8. So less than 1, I can go all the way down there. But I'm going to start at the machine's recommendation. Just know that this serger has all the options to change it. And I say that because not all sergers do. Some sergers just say, here's your rolled hem, or here is your flat lock. And you don't have as much control over all the elements. BERNINA still gives you, even though this is totally like getting you to the right step, you have control. So if I'm working with something like a really, really decorative thread that's very heavy, well, this default length is going to be too close. It probably will pile up, might even not even go through the machine. I'm going to lengthen that out. So I have all these increments to do just that. So when I X out of here, I can see right on screen what my stitch length is, or I can be right here while I'm serging and even change it while I'm going and watching and seeing the results that I'm getting. So play around, enjoy the different features of stitch length, and you can definitely see, you can dial it in for any type of fabric you're working with. And speaking of fabric, I've showed this in a few other videos, but use the dress form area, touch the home button, go to the dress form, tell it which fabric you're working on, tell it which technique you're doing, and then it will set up everything for you, including what that stitch length should be for that stitch and for the fabric you selected. Isn't that cool? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. We have tons more of helping you master your BERNINA L890, so you can click that link below. There's a playlist that will jump you right back to the beginning, and you can start binge watching from the first video all the way through until you know every corner of this machine.